and welcome to the show today. I have a guest that I've been wanting to have on the show for a long time. I met her last year. I've been hearing about her for years. Women who are in my life say I need to meet this woman, so I'm very excited to have her here. Her name is Nancy Grette.
Yes,
Grette. I knew I'd get that wrong. But you know her from Alatheia Riding Center. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad to meet you.
Finally.
You're just one of those women who are getting it done in the community, aren't you?
Thank you.
So tell me about Alatheia Riding Center, a little bit about yourself and where your place was in the community when you started it.
Yeah, well, Alatheia Riding Center is a therapeutic horseback riding center for people with special needs. And our mission is to change lives with the healing power of horses. And we do that using a herd of about 9 now, we got a new horse, 9 fjord, Norwegian fjord horses that are used as a therapy tool to provide movement and opportunity for people with special needs to learn and grow and develop.
So what was your background that you even had the inkling to do this?
My background was that I loved horses, and I was also a teacher for many years, and so I kind of combined those two things together. I had horses, and I was at the end of kind of the use that we had for them with my family, and we were looking for that next step, and this is what came up.
So you had to educate yourself of the needs of these children that you serve.
Absolutely.
And what was involved with that?
Well, I first started doing research to find out what would be required, and I didn't even know what therapeutic riding was. All I knew was I wanted to work with horses and I wanted to work with people with special needs. So I did research, and I came upon the Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship International, and they provide codes and standards for how to provide services safely, and also they provided training and certification for me so that I would know how to provide this service as well.
So when you started it, you had the horses already.
Had the horses.
Did you have the land, the area
Had
still?
the land
already?
Yes,
Okay.
It's on our personal
It was
property.
where you were still living or still using the horses there.
And we're still there.
Okay, so then you have this huge endeavor and you're educating yourself. You have the horses and now you need volunteers and people.
Right.
How did you pull
Well, I
that all
had no
together?
idea that it would ever become what it is.
Isn't that the greatest part?
Yeah, so
becomes bigger
the
than you
advice
think.
I had been given in the beginning is all you need is one horse and one rider. And I didn't really think beyond that, but then when we opened our doors, there were 12 people ready and waiting for services, and it just has continued to grow over years.
So 12 riders.
12 riders.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's continued to grow over the years, and now we have almost 90 riders every week, and we have a waiting list of 15. The need is huge.
And so the waiting list, well, let's back up. So you you need volunteers as well at that time, at the beginning. So how did you?
Right, so we started with volunteers, and they were people that I knew. I would just talk about what it was that we wanted to do, and would people like to join me, and most of them were people that were friends, maybe friends in the riding community, so they already had experience with horses and came and provided the help that I needed that first summer.
So when you have a need, you have 12 who are ready and interested, and
Yes.
you want to serve them all. So now that there's 90 riders a week and there's a waiting list, what is it that you need to serve all the people if you had your dream come true, do you have room for more horses? Do you have the ability for more horses, more volunteers, or is it just you need to kind of keep it at the size you're at?
We're at capacity where we are now, but we do have plans to move to a new and larger facility where we can get more horses and serve more people. What I need right now is more volunteers to come and give hands-on assistance during lessons. So I'm looking, you don't have to have experience, just a heart to serve other people. It is a physical job, so it's nice if you feel like you can be up and moving for an hour at a time.
We're going to show in a later segment a video of one of your volunteers,
Right.
Margo Smith. Many people know her in the community. She's worked in the Eastmont School District for a long time. So we'll show her video in just a minute. And then let's also talk about how has it enriched your life to witness these students, these children that you're serving? You said you didn't expect it to be this big, but I also imagine you couldn't have known how it would affect you personally.
Right. So being able to see people that perhaps might be in a wheelchair. Some of our clients are in a wheelchair and have been for their entire life. To be able to see them get on a horse and have that sense of independence and accomplishment, and to have control over an animal of that size is huge for them.
And feel safe.
And feel safe, yes. And so it's a completely different perspective for them. So from being seated in a chair to being up above, they're empowered.
True,
and
because they
confidence.
don't ever see things from that level.
Right, so it's
They're
completely new perspective.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you see in them? That what is the response? You know, give me an example. We'll also see a video of Grace, who's been participating in the program for a long time. What changes do you see as an example to some of the students that you serve?
You see confidence. So it's something, I can do this. I can do this. Grace in particular loves to have us say, I see you, Grace. I see you up there. I see what you're doing. I see how you're talking to Block and how you're controlling Block and how you're helping him to move and steer. And that sense of accomplishment for her, she is nonverbal, but that sense of accomplishment comes through.
She needs the recognition.
The recognition is wonderful. Mm-hmm.
So you try to pair the students with the same horse each time?
I try.
They develop a bond?
I try. Mm-hmm. She's been riding the same horse for 6 years, and his name happens to be Blockin'. Mm-hmm. And I made a change once, and we didn't talk about the fact that there was a change, but she knew it, and she let us know immediately that that was not going to happen.
Even a child who isn't verbal will let you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They have a way. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, you brought your friend Alex,
Yes.
who has been riding at the center
Yes,
for a while,
I'm so
and we're going to
excited.
talk with him. His dad brought him today. So let's get him ready, and
Great.
he's going to sit up in a chair, and we've got it all worked out. So we'll talk with him and learn more about Alatheia Riding Center. We're here talking with Nancy Grette.
Thank you.
Sure, we'll be back in just a moment.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Hi, we're back. Thanks for joining me today on Life with Lisa Bradshaw. In the first segment, we talked with Nancy Grette. She is the founder and she runs Alatheia Riding Center. She talked about how she started it and why. And now we have a special guest here, Alex. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah. So have you ever been on television before?
I think a couple times.
Couple times. So Alex is here because he is one of the writers at Alatheia Riding Center, and Nancy invited him here today. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We're glad
So
to hear.
yeah, let's talk a little bit about it. Alex, this is kind of your time to shine and tell us about yourself. How old are you and where do you live? You live here in Wenatchee.
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
9.
9 years old.
I started this when I was 8, I think.
Started riding.
Because I think it was last year, right, Dad?
His dad's here in the studio too. So
And it's just been a great couple years when I've been riding, and it's just been wonderful. I couldn't even spread my legs far enough to ride a saddle.
before,
Yeah, then
and now you can.
now I
He
can't.
rides like a cowboy. Don't you?
So what is your favorite part about riding?
Just being with the horses, and having some, like, feeling like that I can be like, some, like, I don't know how to explain
Do
it.
something by yourself with a
Yeah.
little help?
Yeah.
The word is independent, I think. Like you can get up there and feel big and tall and strong, and that horse does what you ask it to do, doesn't it?
Yep.
What's your horse's name?
Sindre?
And so do you ride the same horse every time you go?
Yes.
So when you first started riding, you said you couldn't spread your legs far enough to get on a saddle.
When I first started riding, I first rode Nils and then another girl horse. But I don't remember the girl's horse's name.
I don't remember either. But now you're on Cindre.
So Cindra's your buddy.
Yes.
So how often do you ride?
What's today?
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
At
Is that
1:30.
is that one of your favorite things of the week that you do? You look forward to it?
Yes, but I also look forward to going to the river.
Oh, you like to go to the river too? That's your other favorite thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice that you live in a place where you can ride horses and go to the river and be outside, right?
Mhm.
So, what is your if there's someone watching who might have some needs that you do and they were thinking about coming to ride, but they might be a little scared because horses seem big to them, what would you say to encourage them to try it?
Don't be scared. They're really nice. When I first started, I was kind of scared too. But then when I first got on, I wasn't scared anymore.
So you were scared at first, and when you got on the horse, right away you felt safe, or did it take you a little while? What made you feel
It took me a
safe?
couple more minutes.
So, but the first time you felt safe.
Yes, a couple weeks ago I got kind of bucked off, but you just gotta be confident in yourself.
That's
And
right.
get back on the horse, they say. That's a saying
Yeah.
for a
Yes.
reason. They say that even if you fall off your bike, get back on and start riding again. So you have students like Alex, and that
Yes.
must be the best part of your job and your
Yeah.
mission.
Spending time with kids like this is great. He makes me laugh all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
You're always getting me.
Yeah,
Are you a jokester?
pretty much.
You're the entertainment around
I
there?
know one of your favorite games that you like to play on the horse.
Potato Man.
Mr. Potato Head, yes.
How does that game go?
You have a potato that's plastic. And then there's like eyes, and then ears, and then mouth, and then nose, and then like a hat, or and then a mouth, and then it's just all like the stuff on your
Right.
face. And
The
like,
same game we had as kids.
Yeah.
Okay. I
But
know
how
Mr.
is it
Potato Head.
different on a
Yeah.
horse?
you gotta, they hide the pieces, and we gotta try finding them.
While you're on the horse.
Yes.
And
Oh,
you have
that's
to
fun.
control your horse and steer, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're just about done. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the people who are watching about riding or anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Just for the other kids out there just wanting to start, they might seem big to you, but when you get up there, you kind of seem bigger than them.
Because you're on the top, right?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest place you can be, right? Because you're used to sitting in your chair kind of down low. Is that a cool part about being on top of a
Yeah.
horse too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've done a great job. You can come back here on my show anytime you like.
What are these for?
What are what for?
These buttons.
Oh, these buttons adjust the table. It goes up and down.
Oh, man.
They made this table for us, for the people who do the show in here. Push the button.
There you go.
There you go. That's where I like it, right there. Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
So you've met Alex now, and we're going to go to break. But before we do, we're going to show you. You have some really beautifully produced videos on your website, AlatheiaRidingCenter.com. And in taking a look at those, I wanted to share with you Grace's story, and she's a writer like
Another
Alex.
writer in the program. Mhm.
And you'll get all that you need from the video. So take a look, and then we come back. We'll come back after the break and talk about volunteerism.
Her name is Grace, and she is extraordinary. Born with a mitochondrial disease, Grace's daily life is full, filled with family and playtime, but sometimes challenging. Grace's sensory needs are high, and she has days where even the lights and household noises feel overwhelming. I drive Grace 3 blocks to school each day as the feel of the street beneath her wheelchair bothers her. On her best days, she participates in her classroom, attends school therapies, and enjoys recess. On her worst days, the lights are off, and a big, heavy blanket helps her assimilate her surroundings. Once a week, Grace has an amazing day. She arrives for her therapy at Alatheia Riding Center and immediately begins to squirm and kick her legs in anticipation. This is the beginning of something magical. In her time at Alatheia Riding Center, Grace and Blocken have developed a deep and profound bond. Friendships have always been difficult for Grace, I believe because it can be hard to understand what she needs, but not for Blocken. They have developed a true, unconditional friendship, and to Grace, his presence in our life is that of family. It is during this time, watching my precious daughter ride confidently around the arena on Blocken's back, that I truly grasped what the work at Alatheia Riding Center has given my child. I see confidence. Confidence in the way she is eager to begin, the way she rides, the direction she follows, and in her decision-making skills. This is a gift I can never repay. I also see trust. Grace trusts at home and school, but given her sensory limitations, she needs time to take in the environment around her. But not at Alatheia. Grace trusts her team completely, and that allows her to relax and participate fully in her weekly therapy. Grace has received and given the gift of true, deep, and meaningful friendship to Blocken and her team. I often watch humbled as the two of them communicate quietly during their time together. Because after, Blocken's smile seems to be as large as the one spreading across her beautiful face. Her name is Grace, and she is my daughter. Her life has been profoundly touched by her work at Alatheia Riding Center. And for that, I am grateful.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Life is full. I work hard, love what I do, have a supportive network of friends, and the unconditional love of my family. I'm blessed but busy. As a first grade teacher, my students keep me on my toes. To give them what they need, I must bring energy, creativity, and patience with me to work every single day. Some days are easier than others, and it's not unusual for me to feel completely drained by the end of the day. But despite this, or maybe because of this, I began to recognize a building certainty deep inside that I could do more, give more, and be more. I decided to answer this growing call to give back by volunteering at Alatheia Riding Center. My first day was one of anticipation and excitement. matched by nervous energy that my hectic and fast-paced life would somehow limit my time and energy to serve. I knew very little about equine therapy, but quickly learned that didn't matter. As I took a deep breath and stepped into the arena for the first time, my eyes met those of the sweetest 3-year-old girl, and I knew I was exactly where I wanted to be. Cora is a bright, kind, and funny young girl who rides weekly at Alatheia. For her, it's hard but essential work. I instantly recognized the determination and joy written on her young face, having witnessed it countless times during my years in the classroom, and committed to what I could do to help her grow and achieve every week. 4 years later, I'm still proud to walk alongside her, witnessing her milestones, triumphs, challenges, and determination. It's not only a highlight of my week, but an honor and an inspiration. In the arena with Cora and the rest of the team, the chaos and noise of the outside world falls away. For 1 hour each week, we walk, we laugh, and learn together. And while I have played a small part in Cora's therapy and growth, she has played a large part in mine. I'm reminded that patience, love, and connection are the keys to a blessed existence. Priorities are realigned and gratitude is shared. Cora reminds me weekly of the greatest lesson of all, that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
Thanks for joining us again. We're talking with Nancy Grette from Alatheia Riding Center. What you just watched coming in from the break is a very well-produced video that you can also view several other videos on the website alatheiaridingcenter.com. That was a video with volunteer Margo Smith, who you are losing because she's relocating.
She is.
And Eastmont School District is losing her too. We'll miss her in this community for sure. One of the things that I gleaned from watching her video was just how much she's been impacted by the volunteerism. That she hadn't expected to get so much back from what she was trying to give.
Right, and we didn't realize it either. You know, we always thought that we were going to be changing lives of the riders, but it's the volunteers have significant changes in their lives just from the experiences that they have.
And you said earlier in the show that you don't have to have any riding experience or horse experience to volunteer.
No horse experience necessary. We'll train you in everything that you need to know to be successful.
And so even if you're reluctant, because as we saw with Alex, we had him in a chair propped up, he's in a wheelchair, but you train them as well to keep the riders safe.
So there's physical support involved, not always, but sometimes there's physical support, and we train you in that. We train you on how to assist the rider cognitively if they need it. So everything that you need to know, we will train you for.
So if someone's reluctant to be around horses, just like some of the student riders, you find that they've been eased of those concerns as well.
Just like Alex said, don't be afraid.
for the volunteers as well. Well, we have just less than a minute left. What is the best way for someone, if they're considering volunteering, what's the best way for them to get in touch?
To go to our website and to click on the volunteer tab, and there's information there on how to get in touch with me. And there are also volunteer forms available there, and you can complete those and send them in. But one of the best ways is to stop by and visit Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 2:30 p.m., and just watch what goes on to get a better idea of what you might be doing. And then you'll also be able to meet me personally as well.
Well, I've enjoyed meeting you personally.
Thank you.
I've been looking forward to it. We met about a year ago, but people have been telling me, like I said at the beginning of the show, that you and I needed to be in better touch, so hopefully we will. But thanks again for being here. I really appreciate it. The website again is alatheiaridingcenter.com.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.